Minecraft 1.16 is entirely focused on updating the Nether, introducing new mobs, biomes, blocks, and more to the dimension. Up to this point, however, they've missed a crucial part of Minecraft and the Nether, that being brewing, which hasn't had an update in a very long time. There should be, at the very least, more potion effects, items for brewing, and so on, amongst potentially even more ideas. That being said, my name is System Z, and what if Minecraft had an alchemy update? Before we get started, a large portion of my viewers are currently unsubscribed. So if you like what you see and you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing. It's completely free and you'll even be notified whenever I upload a video. Whenever Brewing and Enchanting were first added to Minecraft, players were initially skeptical about adding these magic abilities to the game. But clearly, now years later, it's become one of the most important aspects of Minecraft. Getting the highest tier of tools and armor is no longer the goal, but instead, making sure that your gear is decked out with the best enchantments is how players spend most of their time. The same could be said for potions. Imagine preparing for big battles, like fighting the Ender Dragon or the Wither, without potions to help you secure a safe victory. Simply put, these features are deeply inscribed into the core of Minecraft, yet with two features of that importance, they haven't received any update to make them better or at least more interesting. With all of that being said, let's see what an alchemic update could do for Minecraft. And now for the biggest feature of the alchemy update, the Alchemy Table.
Boo! You stink!
Imagine a new workstation that combines the magical aspects of both the brewing stand and the enchantment table to unlock new recipes for potions, enchantments, and more, allowing players to take their enchanted tools and potions one step further, using the mechanics of alchemy. So what would this alchemy table do, you may ask? To answer that completely, we'll need to go over a couple of the smaller updates added with the alchemy update. So we'll return back to the alchemy table a little bit later in the video. For now, stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss it. One half of the alchemy update would be brewing, which, as I said before, is technically speaking the main purpose of the Nether, specifically being to introduce the player to potions. Yet, apart from the occasional new potion, we haven't really seen an update to this system. I imagine as part of an alchemy update, we would not only get an overhaul of new potion effects, but also new potion crafting abilities. Like, for example, being able to make food with certain buffs. Imagine making a cake infused with a poison potion so that you can prank your friends, or being able to make inventory space by combining your strength potion with your food. The possibilities are endless, and the best part is, with a system like this available, players will feel more rewarded for their time spent tinkering and exploring the alchemy table. As for new potion effects, imagine being able to use the new warped fungi to create a potion that allows you to teleport back to your spawn point. Or the crimson fungi could be used to increase your movement speed in lava. As you can see with all the new items in the Nether, the possibilities are never ending. So that covers the brewing portion of the update, but how exactly would this tie into the alchemy table? Worry not, my friend, I'll show you. Because nothing's quite as good as a hands-on demonstration. And as you can see, we've got just that. We've got the alchemy table here working in front of us, which we can actually open to bring up the GUI. Now this gives you a little bit of a teaser forward into the video where I'll talk a little bit more about the alchemy table. But as you can see, it has a normal crafting grid. Now using this, we can combine the various different magical abilities of brewing to create very special potion-infused items and enhancement to potions in general. Now if we take a look at the shulker box, you could see I briefly mentioned a poisonous cake earlier in the video. Well, this is essentially how you would craft it. You would use the alchemy table and put it in a very specific order. Now this could obviously work for essentially any type of potion and probably any type of food as well, and that would create a poisonous cake or an instant harming cake, a regeneration cake, essentially any that you would like. Now you could also replace the cake with any ordinary food item. I just think this would be a very fun way to get a buff that's not necessarily a potion, and if you've got steak in your inventory already, this would be a great way to clear up some space and make use for all of those potions you have laying around. But it doesn't stop there. As you briefly saw when I opened this up, we've got some really nice fancy looking potions, and these are super potions. Now these are inspired from Terraria, as you know, I really enjoy that game. Essentially this is an enhancement to the normal potion that's not only extended but also stronger, and the way that it would be crafted is using some sort of special item, which currently I've got a gold ingot, but I would imagine this being more a special new item that would be introduced in the Nether. Like for example, Infernal Stalks, which is something I've talked about in recent videos. So definitely make sure you go back and watch some of my more recent ones so that you don't miss out on that and various other ideas. But essentially you would craft a super potion using this particular set of ingredients. Blaze powder to make it a little bit more expensive to craft, of course the potion that you're trying to make enhanced, and of course the special item that I mentioned before. Now I think this is only the beginning of what's possible. I think there's so many ways we can make really cool uses of the alchemy table, and I've definitely got some really cool ones to show you a little bit later in the video, but as you can see these are entirely drinkable. Now I probably won't get any potion effects, and yep, we got a bucket. Now you can kind of see what I'm doing here, but as you can see they work as normal potions, and apparently you get free buckets, so why not? Wasn't that exciting? A new type of potion, food with infused potion effects? You really can't get much better than that. Except we can, and we will, with Enchanting, the second half of the Alchemy update. First and foremost, with an Alchemy update, we would certainly see the addition of new enchantments. Like, for example, Magma Walker to easily navigate the lava seas of the Nether, or Withering to be able to deal wither effects to your enemies. I could probably come up with a ton of new enchantments for this video, but honestly, enchantments alone aren't going to do much. So how will Enchanting be updated and become as amazing as I said it would? Remember when I said the Alchemy Table would enhance the magic abilities available from the Enchantment Table and the Brewing Stand? Well, by using the Alchemy Table, the player would unlock a huge new mechanic for enchantments, that being able to push beyond the previous limits and go plus ultra. How so, you may ask? Well, with a new item called Runes. You didn't think I was gonna stop with super potions, did you? Don't get me wrong, those are very cool, and poisonous cakes, I mean, who wouldn't want that? But this, what comes next, is even better. We have expanded and upgraded the enchantment system as part of the Alchemy update. Now the way this would work is essentially we have runes and enchantment upgrades. And this is extremely exciting. Ancient runes, which as you can see have inscriptions on them, they're various different letterings. These are actually the same ones that come from the galactic alphabet used for the particles on the enchantment table. So just to add to that lore, imagine finding ancient runes scattered all over the loot tables of Minecraft. You might find these in shipwrecks, you could find them in dungeons for example. Basically anywhere where there's a mysterious chest you may find an ancient rune, which at first glance is seemingly useless, but when you take a closer look, with the Alchemy Table it unlocks a new world of crafting. For example, you could take a tool like a Fortune 3 pickaxe and organize the ancient runes in various different patterns, and this is where it gets really interesting, and I'd love to hear your opinions of this. Imagine that you're able to one time boost the number past its limits and go plus ultra, making Fortune 4 or even Efficiency 6. That would be amazing. It would be an added bonus to go even further beyond the limits we currently have in the game. And if you don't like that idea, I've got another interesting one for you. Perhaps this could be a way to find secret enchantments, like auto smelting for example. Or we could even use it to create enchanted books. Now as you can see here, I've got the 4 different ancient runes, although they would basically be all of the different letters, as well as a book. If you were to use this in the Alchemy Table in various different patterns, this would actually unlock the ability to create specific enchanted books, which I think would be amazing. I mean, imagine being able to craft a Fortune 3 book specifically using a certain pattern. Now as you can see, we've got a recipe book. This would show you essentially everything you need to know when it comes to ancient runes and enchanting. But wait, there's more. Oh yes, one more idea using the ancient runes that in my opinion really brings this whole alchemy update together. You can't have an update without also adding some sort of new structure or enhancing an existing one. Are you familiar with the library found in the stronghold? It usually looks a lot more messy than this, and it's basically used to get an obscure amount of bookshelves. But what if there were actually 4 podiums that had the inscriptions of the runes on them? And assuming you've been collecting them in the world of Minecraft, you could actually place them into them and unlock and summon a very special loot chest, much like you see here, which, as you can see, it actually has inscriptions on the top. Fun fact, that reads loot, because that is exactly what this is. A mysterious loot chest that would give you benefits and bonuses to different items. You could have potions or enchantments that help you defeat the Ender Dragon. So if you do actually go through the process of collecting ancient runes, this is essentially a way to get rewarded by getting additional loot. I think this would be a great way to use the library. It kind of adds lore to the whole thing, and it's very, very interesting. So, how would the alchemy table work? It would allow players to explore the various different ideas in this video in one workstation, to keep it clear and concise. There would even be a recipe book added specifically for showing players how to make certain potions, buffs, or even different uses for the runes. And in order to even use the alchemy table, the player would need some sort of magic currency, like the current XP system, for example. All in all, the alchemy update has a lot of potential. As it currently stands, the presence of magic in Minecraft is very low, but with an update like this, players would have more opportunities to improve their gear and become the strongest player in the world. That's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications so that you never miss an upload. And like I said, that's going to be it for today. My name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.